All right, Mike, I just wanted to show you how this plane's actually set up. There's no special electronics on this thing. It's just like any other RC plane. It runs off servos and control surfaces. There are 2 additional servos and 1 extra component. First of all, there's a thrust vectoring plate. Basically, this servo right here is on a linkage, and the motor and everything is attached to a plate. So when you flip your mix switch for your thrust vectoring, this becomes basically an opposite rudder, so it will change the pitch of this motor opposite of what the rudder is, so it gives you really tight yawing. Okay, that's the thrust vectoring part of the TV. Now the VPP, or the variable pitch portion of it, is done with another servo that's mounted to that thrust vectoring plate, and that plate pivots on 2 arms at the top and bottom of the plane. Okay, and allows that to yaw, but on front of it there's a head here. See that channel? The servo right here is mounted to that thrust vectoring plate, and the little arm rides into a slot. You see that slot? There's a bearing at the bottom of that arm that allows this thing to tweak the angle of the pitch of the blade. So when you flip a mix switch on your throttle, instead of just always being in a forward thrust position, now middle position of the throttle is neutral. The blades will be straight up and down, and there will be no throttle applied. It's done with the mix. And then when you go forward with the stick, it gives you forward thrust. Again, back to the middle is neutral. And then when you pull backwards on the stick, it's 0 thrust to 100% thrust in reverse. And basically it slides this head backwards. Let's see if I can do that without breaking my plane here and hold the camera. I'm not going to be able to do that very well because it's all hooked on a servo. Let me see here. Just note the head position real quick. I'm going to slide it back so you can see. You see the gap between here and here? It'll close when that gap will close when I move it back. So let me just set this down. Okay. So you can see that there's no gap now. So basically it tweaked these blades in the reverse thrust situation. So let me see if I can slide it forward with having to take the camera off. There you go. Now it changed the pitch there. So that's how it works. There's no extra flight controller. There's no gyro. It's all done with input on stick command, just like any other RC plane, or inputs on a full scale plane. Instead of using sticks, you use your feet for the rudder. But, you know, fly-by-wire is pretty standard in most full-scale airplanes that aren't general aviation. And a lot of general aviation is getting to be fly-by-wire. Anyways, nothing special, guys. This is just normal stuff with added technology of a thrust vectoring variable pitch head. All right?